folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here, and I'm going to check. Okay.
What's up, Monday? Too much dip. Number 14. My name is Dave. I'll be hosting today. We got a lot to get to. Joining me on this journey through sports, it's Dylan. Dylan Shivery.
Hey, Dave. It was a nice, relaxing weekend during which I didn't have to watch either of my teams play football, so it was nice. There's a game tonight, however.
So your team did not win nor lose
my team,
the big game.
In A, as they say. Not applicable.
Okay.
Didn't have to watch any. My teams didn't play, so it was fine. Stress-free. Good weekend.
I like
Glad
that.
to be here to talk about sports. So.
Hey, Micah Weiner's here. Hi, Micah.
Hi, Dave.
What do you got?
Call me Starbucks because every female fine-ass babe, bubble butt babe wants what I'm giving. Also serving butt cheek Clappuccinos.
Okay.
Butt cheek Clappuccinos.
Clappuccino, he needs to trademark that.
Objectively great.
There is no standard in which that is not funny.
I'm also gone off that booming loud. It's great to be here on Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, as it were.
How are you going to top that, KJ? KJ's here.
I'm back. We had a 1 week suspension. We spent that time reflecting, both on life, our health, everything in between. And the people need to know I'm bringing that heat today.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do you want to
I think I
disclose
pissed
why
him
you were
off
gone?
earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I just waltzed in here all cheery and happy. Dylan's like, hey, your fucking quarterback's terrible.
That's not what I said.
Noodle arm little bitch.
You did
He
call
is a
him.
noodle arm. Sorry to say.
I mean, the rest of it sounds pretty
He's
accurate.
putting up numbers, though.
Number 3 passing offense in the country?
What did you do to get suspended last week? I can't remember.
I dropped my young baby off at a daycare a couple weeks prior, and said baby got a cold and passed it on to his father. So I'm not trying to bring those germs down here.
That's very nice of you.
Not in these uncertain times.
There is an ongoing global pandemic, Micah.
So I've heard.
It's ongoing.
You think Cole Campbell's having a slam-demic?
Okay. This is good. This is good.
Just serving up Clappuccinos, man.
I didn't know if you could top Micah. I don't know if you topped him, but you definitely are competing.
No, that was good. A
Clappuccino.
A butt cheek Clappuccino, to be
But why?
specific.
He didn't have to. God damn it.
I might send a little message to my SO and be like, hey, let's swing through Starbucks. Better have that Clappuccino.
I don't know if you want
ready.
these.
I don't know if it's something you're giving, receiving.
I believe you're presenting the Clappuccino
Hey, we should
to a lucky baddie.
we should do like whoever picked the least amount of games correctly, whoever did the worst.
Hey, I'm all in for
should
this
have
one.
to text their sig with the Clappuccino thing, live on air, and see if there's a response.
That's a good bit.
I think I'm in for that. As long as we're going with season records and not this week records.
Yeah, I don't want to look. I haven't even looked. It's not going great.
Do we have a better week?
Yeah, you know what? For as bad as last week was, I think the people deserve an update on a Monday. For those who don't know what we're talking about, each week you can find us on Thursday night, 6 Central, 6:30 Central. When do we kick that off? 6:30.
CST.
CST.
There's actually a Thursday night football game this week.
And there's a Thursday night football game.
Yeah,
But
it's a
on
pretty
that
good
on that live stream, you can find us at Wash Media's YouTube page. There we go.
YouTube.com/WashMedia. I messed that up also.
Even better, but we'll pick the games for that weekend. If you're not aware, things have been going okay for some, a lot better for others. In this past week, I will say Micah brought the Fuego picks. Finished off the weekend portion of the picks with, 6 and 2, and hit his big boy stack. Dylan also improved 4 and 4, broke even, but you hit your big boy stack, and that is major.
Let's go.
David,
Yeah, I did
also
not.
4 and 4, did not hit that big boy stack. Texas State let you down.
Dude, just go ahead.
And, call me Mocha Clappuccino because I was bringing it up the rear this week.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's
Really
disturbing.
enhances his followers.
That's
We're
disturbing.
not going to call you Mocha Clappuccino.
Some people are saying
We're just
it.
not.
2-6 did not hit my big boy stack. The entire state of Massachusetts let me down. UMass, you had one shot, one opportunity, and you got blanked 41-0. And they were
Mom
giving
spaghetti.
you 31 points. It was so bad. So, yeah, check our picks out. Overall in the year, we're surprisingly not that bad. We're not off of 500.
Wait. So UMass is playing one game.
One game.
They didn't score a point.
No.
Is that arguably the worst season of all time of any sport team?
If you
Outside of like a team that died in a crash or something. God. I'm just saying that would objectively be worse.
agreed, Marshall may have something to say about how bad of a season this is.
I forgot about that.
So-
shit.
Man, we're doing
I was
that.
thinking like a. Oh, damn it.
Man, Mocha Clappuccino is hot today. Fuego.
Are you more upset if you're the players who practice like 2 weeks for this one game, or the band who's been like anxious to
band.
play the fight song and they may have played it half a time that day?
And the band's been like practicing in the parking lot, just burning up.
The worst.
Oh no. I'm gonna call you M Clap.
M.clap.
Mo Claps. Hey, follow Too Much Dip on Twitter. That's Too Much Dip with 2 P's on Twitter, and then Too Much Dip Podcast on Instagram. There you will find social media content for this podcast. I won't share the news that our intern accidentally texted me earlier, but
Oh man.
I will be giving him the keys to the IG and Twitter today if he reminds me. Also, subscribe, leave a review. As KJ mentioned earlier, we have the live stream Thursday, 6:30 CST. Watch YouTube.com/Wash Media. I'm terrible.
We'll
today.
get a redirect in there one day.
I'm sorry.
You
But,
also
yeah,
get the audio of that on this feed
Oh yeah.
after we finish recording if you can't make the live stream.
If you can't make the live stream, it's available wherever podcasts are sold. Let's do some National Football League.
Turn it up.
What a weekend. I got to actually enjoy the, other teams because, as Dylan mentioned earlier, no Cowboys. We played a night. Oh, Monday nights. We played a night.
Are you ready for some football?
I almost said in CST. In Central Texas, we were given Texans Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched all of that. And let me tell you.
No,
No.
Titans played the
Texans,
Texans.
Titans.
Texans, Titans. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Watched all
A
that.
great game too.
I was looking for some hacked, some dark web streams to find some other games. It didn't go well for me, my viewing experience. I wouldn't hit golf balls at some point, but yeah, we had a lot going on. That overtime game, Romeo Crennel's getting killed by some. Others are defending him. I don't know if y'all want to start there.
Yeah, we might as well. The Titans are now 5-0.
Tannehill is good.
Yeah, Texans had a chance. Texans score a touchdown. With the touchdown, go up 7. They decide to go for 2 to make it a 2-possession game to basically put the game away.
Mm-hmm.
Predictably, they fail. Also predictably, the Titans go down the field, score a touchdown with 4 seconds left, kick the extra point, go to overtime, win the coin toss, go score a touchdown. Texans lose.
I agree with going for 2 there in every single opportunity. Because, again, the other team's not going to go for 2 to win. They're not going to risk winning or losing, lest you have on the other sideline Ron Rivera. But
that would have put him up 9.
right,
So it would have ended the game. So
Exactly.
you're ending the game there. My only thing is, you kick it, you go up 8, then you're making them basically score 2 touchdowns. I know the latter would be a 2-point conversion,
right.
but which seems more difficult. I don't know. I like my coach, as you've heard me talk about McCarthy. I love a coach that goes for it, that's aggressive, but I just don't know about it there. Convince me.
I think your worst scenario there is that you're going to end up in a tie. You know, the problem is that you gave up the touchdown and then you gave up the drive in overtime. Like, you had 2 different opportunities to make up for not getting a 2-yard play. I think that risk reward is, hefty enough for me to go with.
Can I give my game ball to Ryan Tannehill for not clocking it with 4 seconds left and essentially winning the game or
A.J.
tying
Brown.
the game there. That was sick. I love when quarterbacks do that because I feel like it catches a defense off guard.
Yeah, it's essentially, I mean, a quick fade like that's essentially clocking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
you only have time for 2 more snaps. That's
Right.
one of them. Either you clock it or you just do a quick pass play. You got to get off quickly, of course, but I also like the play call.
Derrick Henry, best running back in football.
Jeez.
He's a monster.
Hard to argue.
He just has these games every now and then where he's just absolutely unstoppable, and this is one of them. We had how many 90-plus yard runs does this dude have in his career at this point?
They put up a stat since 2018 or 2017. There have been 6 in the NFL, and he has 3 of them.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's, I guess, his rookie year, but
Yeah, he had
I know one of them was against the Jaguars with an equally vicious stiff arm that he
one
had
of them
last
was
week.
99, I believe.
Mhm.
This one was 96, I think, something like that. 94, maybe.
The Texans. So they're 1-5. Their division is significantly improved. They're done.
They stink.
The good news is that they don't have either of their first 2
Oh my God.
first and second round draft picks this next
I
year.
always forget that.
So they can't like tank for, it's bad.
We always talk about, or at least I always talk about how miserable it must be to be a Texans fan, and every week it seems to get worse because you have a star quarterback, which they've never had in franchise
Sean
history,
Watson is really freaking good.
and it's great.
Warren Moon
And they're
does great.
wasting his career with this team, and they're just terrible. You almost feel bad. I hate to disagree with KJ.
It's different franchise.
I would
You're
have
absolutely
certainly
right.
have kicked the extra point there.
Oh.
Because in that case, you have to have 3 things go wrong for you to lose the game. They have to go drive the field. They have to get a 2-point conversion. They have to beat you in overtime. That's 3 things. Whereas if you fail, and there's a 50-50 chance you're going to fail on that 2-point conversion, there's only 2 things. And then, of course, those 2 things happen. They just stink. And I would feel bad for them, but I don't really.
I will say, shout out to Romeo Crennel. Like, before last week, you're picking, before his first game last week when they got a win, you're picking them to be completely blown out in every single game. And nobody expected anything of them. Picks up a win last week. Very easily, conceivably, I shouldn't say easily, very conceivably could have won this game. And then you're talking about, okay, how bad is Bill O'Brien? And Romeo Crennel's 2-0. Like at 72 or 73 years old.
I think he's 75.
Oh, jeez.
Because
In a high-risk category of
their win
sorts.
last week was he became the oldest coach in NFL history to get a win.
So I think he deserves a little credit, but if I'm a Houston Texans fan, I bet you're an Astros fan, and you probably were feeling like, okay, whatever, it's baseball season. I'm not worried about the Texans. But now you think about their franchise. You've essentially, Dusty Baker's not a long-term manager for the Astros. You really don't have a coach or a GM with the Rockets. You don't have a coach or a GM for the Texans, and I'm enjoying every single bit of it.
Oh, wow. He's going to apologize to absolutely nobody.
No.
Yeah, I do feel bad. As someone who's a Cowboy fan, I can relate to their struggles from a GM standpoint. Like the stuff that no matter how much we bitch about, like we can't get changed. So like as a Cowboy fan, it's like Jerry owns the team. Jerry's going to make the personnel calls. He's the GM or whatever. And that's always been frustrating. That's been the knock on him forever. And the Texans, not only did they get a head coach in who underperformed, they made him a GM. He sabotaged the future of their franchise, as we alluded to, no draft picks, and they got rid of their franchise receiver, arguably the 1 or 2 best receiver in the league, for a running back who is injury prone and older. I don't know.
And
I think they have it worse.
Bill O'Brien also generally just unlikable.
Yeah, just a miserable guy.
Just seems he just stinks to
He's a
to root
football
for a team.
terrorist, man.
Yeah, well, he's unemployed.
Wow.
He's
Well,
cashing
bright
those
side, they
checks.
got rid of him, so
Yeah,
that's
true. It's the best thing that's
they
happened
get to
this year.
find a new coach now.
Speaking of
That's
coaching
exciting.
speaking of coaching in that game, though, we should talk about Mike
Vrabel.
Nailed it.
He's-
Mike
he
Vrabel.
he needs another vowel in that name, but
It's unstable.
he pulled the intentional penalty card
Guy
this week.
who spent some time around Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he ran a 12th player onto the field to take a 5-yard penalty, which would allow the Texans to get a first down, but it stopped the clock,
Saved them 40
saving them
seconds of
30
game
to 40
time.
seconds. Yeah.
That's savvy.
And the funniest thing that happened is that Rich Gannon is the color analyst on this game.
Gannon.
And apparently Vrabel did the exact same thing 2 years ago in a game that Rich Gannon was the color analyst on, and both times he got it totally wrong. He goes, this is an inexplicable
But how many
mistake.
people will pick up on that as it's happening in real time? That's tough.
It's a challenge.
And props to Vrabel to make that call and to have the presence of mind to make that call and knowing the situation that well. Most people can't do that.
Second-year coach, right?
I think it's his third year.
Third year? That's
Well, and you can also see he had a player on the field who was like, what are we doing? And Vrabel pulls his mask on and goes, we're taking it on purpose to stop the clock.
Now, do you think Tony Romo or an Aikman, if they were calling the game or doing color commentary for the game, do you think they pick up on it? Or who could have? Anybody?
I think you might have had an opportunity with
Collinsworth?
with Romo or Collinsworth because they have that extra spotter in the booth who would have said, they're with the rules official, the A team.
Right.
Where
Yeah, I see
maybe
what
they
you're
would have
saying.
said this is smart because they're doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any former player would have figured it
Tessitore
out.
would have
It's
broke
just funny that it's
No, I get
the
it.
Gannon said the exact same thing with the exact same scenario against the same coach 2 years earlier.
Sterator, I should correct myself there. Tessitore and Sterator, I get them mixed up all the time.
That's okay. He called the Lomachenko fight this
Yeah,
weekend.
Joe Tess.
And honestly, he's a lot better at doing fights than he is football. I'll say it.
Amazing what happens when Booker's not saddling it down.
Oh man, poor Booger. Tampa absolutely dismantled Green Bay after being down 10-0. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, still without Fournette. They're really good, or they were yesterday. I don't
Their
think-
defense is legit.
defense is really good. Offense is weird. Mike Evans had one catch.
Yeah.
He's still banged up. I
Yeah,
don't
Brady
think they were
had-
trying to get the ball to him at all.
Less than 150 yards passing yesterday, I think.
What I will say is scary is it looked like Gronk is fine. That chain's catching.
Dude, Brady made some throws. And yeah, Gronk is absolutely gone off the CBD. He's still not. He looks like a robot out there.
Yeah.
He is like a, this is disrespectful, but he is like a Witten plus right now. He is not that much better than Witten as far as turning up field. Now, he's obviously a better athlete, but it was weird seeing it. I was kind of happy for him. It's Gronk. Everybody likes Gronk, right?
I don't know if you guys saw this or not. It's getting a lot of pub on ESPN today. But after the game, Tom Brady shook hands with a rookie for the Packers named John Runyon. That's because he played with his dad at Michigan
Whoa.
in college.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
And you know who his great
That's how long this dude's been in the league.
You know who his great grandpa is? Paul Runyon, the lumberjack.
Yeah, that was my next line. You just stole it from me.
Well, you got cucked. You got Joe
Dickhead.
cucked, baby.
More than 20 years ago, played with his dad. That's wild.
I think Antoine Winfield's son is also on the Bucks, but Brady didn't play with Antoine Winfield. He played against him at some point, but
Yeah.
that would be a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Man, I've been around a long ass time. That's crazy.
Green Bay, I'm not really worried about them. As somebody pointed out on Twitter, I guess it was Bob Sturm.
Exterminator.
When they lose, they get drilled.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They still have a hot young coach.
They do. What else? Oh, Ravens, Eagles. Eagles made it a game. Dude, the Eagles don't have a team. They are in the hurt locker.
What's wrong with Carson Wentz? Is he just not good
He has
at
no
all?
line.
He has no line. He's
that all
losing-
there is
his
to
weapons are falling left and right. And I mean, yeah, I don't think he's particularly good. I really have never been a big Wentz guy, but
He got paid like he was very good.
he got paid. He got paid.
It's certainly one of those things like when you have a first round draft pick or first pick overall go to Cleveland, and it's like, well, okay, how good or bad were they? Because the team around them is terrible. The team
Fair.
around him was very good,
Fair.
and now they're terrible. Like they've got that rugby player playing left tackle, a backup right tackle. Sound familiar? And then see what happens to your quarterback when you've got all these problems. But you've got Alshon Jeffrey out. You've got Zach Ertz, who's now out for 3 to 4 weeks. You've got Dallas Goedert, who's out for the season, I believe. They are just beat to absolute hell.
That offensive line is a mess. It's been a mess all season.
They made it competitive, though.
They did.
Very competitive.
They just, I really think they're well coached.
I
They
100%
just
agree.
seem to get. They keep every game close, and they're just doing with smoke and mirrors. I mean, it's. But they stink. They're not any good.
So
Right.
they're now 1-3-1, right? Or 1-2-1. Either way,
I think they're 1-3-1.
either way, the NFC East is very likely at best to be an 8-8 winner. Like 7-9 might win you the division. Actually, probably does.
It may get you in the playoffs one way or the other.
6-10 may get you there too.
Oh my God.
But that's happened in the
ugly.
past.
I know it has. I'm trying to think because nobody trusts New York or the team from Washington to like put on a run.
No.
You know what's funny? Washington loses by a point yesterday, and if they get the 2-point conversion, they would be in first place today. As bad as that team is.
Yeah. So they had it was 19-20 on the goal line. Like I said, went for 2. Very easily could have gone to overtime, and probably, I mean, they were playing well enough to pull it out in overtime. But I think Ron Rivera was just like, you know what, we're going for it. I've got faith in my team, and it was a terribly run play. I mean, the Eagles had a bad goal line 2-point conversion too. A lot of those decisions yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on tonight's games? Because I feel like everything else up until then was kind of bad.
I did want to point out how bad the Browns looked, in Baker particularly.
Oh, I guess I should own up to that too.
What'd
Yeah.
you say?
You all picked the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
I rode with Northeast Ohio, where nothing is given.
I mean, they've been playing well, so
I wasn't even
get
a
it.
part of it. I just,
I didn't realize how good Pittsburgh was.
Pittsburgh looks good.
did Claypool go off again?
He did get in the end zone again.
Yeah, he was in his bag.
That dude is cold.
I think he's legitimate.
The Browns
legitimate.
had a perfectly reasonable, well, not reasonable, but perfectly, not I would say expected, the opposite of unexpected, meltdown with OBJ on the sideline yesterday, throwing a panic where they, throwing his gloves and his helmet and everything else. They're falling apart, as we knew they would.
Why is it always a wide receiver position that does that?
Or
I don't
Tom
know.
Brady.
I mean, he's a
Or Tom
bozo, but it's also the Browns are they're just a bunch of choking dogs. They get a little adversity and they're going to fall apart, and they showed it on Sunday.
The advanced stats for Baker Mayfield from his rookie year to this season are not good.
Not
They're
good.
in steady decline. I guess he got hurt a little bit yesterday, but some people were kind of like, or did he just get benched? Was it one of those deals where?
He was hurt going into the game, though, right?
Yeah, he had was it a rib issue or something lingering? But dude, yeah, the stats on him, I'm worried about it because I have a weird relationship with him. It's almost like my Brooks Koepka thing, where like I do acknowledge this man as a douche, but I kind of pull for him. I don't know. I don't know. I know you don't. I get it.
No.
Probably most. I don't know, but they're not good.
Their run game wasn't there. Kareem Hunt had 40 yards. They're not going to win a game when their run game's non-existent because I don't think they're trying to have the Baker Mayfield show highlighted. So,
Yeah,
shout out to Pittsburgh. I got it wrong. I'll say that much.
that's okay.
And we should give Randy just a little bit of credit here. The
Oh, yeah,
Bears
the
are
Bears,
5-1. They still stink though.
He's reminding us with his T-shirt too.
He's real proud of himself.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
They're going to be in the playoffs and they're going to go out in the first round. I mean,
sounds about right.
Mark this down, Randy. You can expose me in a couple months when I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know. We got 2 games tonight. Chiefs at 4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4
Okay.
o'clock kick.
That's unstable.
Chiefs Buffalo. After Buffalo got ran through last week.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Chiefs lost 2 though.
Yeah.
Both teams coming off losses.
Close loss to the Raiders, which was somewhat respectable, but
Man, 2 p.m. Pacific kick. That's wild
that's a beating.
Yeah.
for a Monday.
And then we got Cowboys Cardinals. Okay.
Let's go ahead and make our picks for KC Buffalo. I could go either way, which blah blah blah. Generic.
Line is Chiefs -5.5 on the road here.
I like Buffalo plus 5.5. Mark it.
David.
Give me the Chiefs. Chiefs, they bounced back in a big way.
I'll take KC as well.
I will stick with Pat Mahomes. It's on the road in Buffalo. I don't think it's cold enough to matter at this point, but I
they
just
doing
feel like
fans up
consistency. Great question.
I don't think the state of New York is
Yeah,
having
that's
fans.
a good point. I don't
But
think it'll
I could be wrong.
Because of the ongoing global pandemic.
Yes.
Sure.
Right. Cowboys getting one at home. Is it home game?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Cowboys Stadium, as someone wrote here, Kyler 6-0 as a starter inside that stadium. 3 state championships in high school, a
At
win
Allen.
for Oklahoma in a bowl game, I think, or maybe
Big
maybe,
12 championship.
Big 12
against
championship.
Texas.
And did they beat the Cowboys last year in Arlington? Is that possible?
He's 7-0 as in total, 6-0 as a starter. So I don't think they would have played the Cowboys last year just out of ranking.
Yeah, they wouldn't
No,
have.
we have not seen Kyler.
Probably at least 2 of those are from college, I would think.
I guess there's 2 of them.
Oh, no. A&M as a backup.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely correct. Funny thing is, there will be fewer people in stands than like half of what his high school stadium would have held.
Yeah.
His Allen High School holds like 50,000 or something.
The Allen High School Stadium is, I think we've definitely talked about
Yeah.
it before at some point. Oh, my gosh.
It was Allen that it was a $60 million stadium, but didn't
It
like
got cracks in it like
yeah, it was fucked up and they had to
a year and a
redo
half
bunch.
after. Yeah.
Had a foundational issue, but they got that corrected. McKinney High School or McKinney ISD has an incredible stadium too. But nevertheless, Kyler coming for the first time. Wow. Kyler coming to Cowboy Stadium for the first
Yeah.
time.
You have to think he's done that before.
Yeah. You got to think so. Coming to Cowboys Stadium for the first time as a Cardinal, I'm picking Kyler. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be a problem for the Cowboys pass defense.
Yeah, I really worry about as plays break down and he just kind of ad libs.
Yeah.
And watching Jalen try to chase him around, it just really gives me a lot of pause.
Do get LVE back.
Too soon? I mean, like, he just broke his collarbone like week 1. He's already back. The dude is already injury prone.
Did you make your pick? You're taking
No,
Arizona?
I'm gonna take Arizona.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Kyler in this offense, they're going to put up a lot of points because the defense is putrid, as we know.
Wow.
And I don't see Andy Dalton keeping up with the pace there. So I got Arizona.
Well, I was going to take Arizona, but in the interest of winning the game, I will fade all of you guys because we them boys. And I just want to give a special shout out to the scouting staff.
Okay.
That's all.
Doing a fantastic job.
They're doing a great job. They're picking guys up off the street because they can't keep anyone healthy. So we'll go with the Cowboys here by a field goal.
Oh, we didn't even mention that they signed Garrett Gilbert. Did we talk about that already
No.
last week?
We did not.
No, we have
did
not.
Shout out to the scouting
I
department.
picked up my arch nemesis,
That's
Garrett
what you're
Gilbert.
getting at.
You know, he has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, I put the blame of Texas faltering starting in 2010 squarely on his shoulders. Squarely.
I don't know if you can blame one guy.
I am.
It's wild because, he did pretty well when he came to the Hilltop. Maybe it's something in the water down
He
here.
did terrible in
The
Austin.
bagels are better on the hilltop.
That's what y'all call it, the Hilltop?
The Hilltop. High up on the Hilltop.
You know, the Hilltopper was the mascot of the college I graduated from.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking WK St. Edwards were
St. Edwards
Hilltoppers?
Hilltoppers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What does that even mean?
I thought they were just
The
called
goat?
adjacent to
Oh.
Walmarters.
Because we're the GOAT. We're not. We're not the GOAT, but it's a GOAT.
Okay.
It's niche.
It
South
is up
Austin.
high on a hill.
It is, yeah.
It's a
Highest
good
point in
name.
Austin, isn't it?
I don't think
I believe
that's
that
true.
belongs to Mount
Penny-
Benel.
Oh,
But
David.
perhaps in South Austin.
It's the highest. An Uber driver told me some shit. He's probably lying.
like
Fucking
the
lying
most
ass.
weed consumed
Yeah.
in Austin?
Probably something. Hey, you used a great word earlier. Putrid.
Yeah.
You know, that's a word that maybe you could find when you're using Grammarly.
Ooh.
You know why? Because there's more to clear, effective communication than just catching spelling mistakes. Me, sometimes when I'm writing emails to friends, to clients, anybody.
You've written me an email.
I don't like you.
Oh.
I find myself like being like, no, there's a better way to word this sentence, and that is why Grammarly is so helpful. Grammarly Premium, it gives you real-time feedback and insights to help you elevate your writing through tone, word choice, clarity, and more.
The tone one is big for me. If I'm like
You do come off very
if
blunt.
I'm like Randy, the internet in the office is too slow, dude. You got to fix it.
You got quadruple the upload
Let's
speed.
get it. Let's get like 4x on that speed. And he's like, damn, why is Dylan coming at me? Stuff like that. Be helpful.
Yeah. You need it. You're very direct, which I respect about you. But to people
It's
who
not
don't know
intentional,
you,
yeah. It just,
yeah. Well, check this out. Grammarly Premium is giving you real-time insights, live, real-time insights, and guidance on tone, word choice clarity, and so much more. You can communicate clearly and confidently. I've added it. I'm assuming
So
all
easy.
You guys
That's
have
what I
too.
like about you. Just add it to Chrome, and anytime you start typing, Grammarly is there. It helps me tremendously on Micah's Read of the Week, the newsletter.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
we're
It's
doing
helping
plugs
you.
during ad reads.
That's okay.
I'm sure our sponsor will love that.
It weirdly fits.
Thank you.
What's your favorite feature? Does it help you with words or like?
I like the
He's really bad at spelling. I know that. So
it does help there.
Vocabulary suggestions? I like those.
Tense is always something that I can kind of struggle with. I like to be uniform on my tense, and Grammarly helps with that.
Yeah, it's nice to have that safety net. For every email I write, I've got it loaded up. Right now, Grammarly, we got a special offer here. Grammarly.com/bang. Again, Grammarly.com/bang. That's going to get you 20% off Grammarly Premium. How about that? Pretty good deal.
Do it.
Level up your writing for work, school, or in personal projects. Premium features include advanced suggestions on grammar, punctuation, sentence structure, and style. It's the perfect writing tool for anyone who wants to stand out with every word. Again, Grammarly.com/bang.
Hit the sounder, Dave.
Oh, you don't think I will?
hey, real quick before we talk college football, Vander Esch is active tonight.
I call him LVE.
Well, I'm just going to call him Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah, just
If
many,
that's
many
all
more
right. Like,
syllables.
it's whatever.
College football, shall we?
We shall.
It was an okay weekend. I watched some games out in public.
What was that scene like?
Bar was pretty crowded.
Woodrow's outside.
Tables were distanced. So
Tables are very far away. A lot of A&M folk making their presence felt. We watched Ole Miss Arkansas with some Ole Miss fans, Brett and his Sigurd, as he would call her, and the results did not go well.
No.
It was very tough,
They
mega
took the
tough
L.
team. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Michael? You watched a lot of football.
I did watch a lot of football on Saturday. As we mentioned, there was only one game between ranked teams. That was Bama, Georgia, and I mean, I hate to say I told you guys so, but I believe my take before the game was that Georgia, starting a former walk-on, doesn't have the dynamic player at quarterback that you need to compete at the highest level in college football, and Bama poured it on in the second half, outscoring Georgia 21-0 in the second half to win the game 41-24. Bama is good, really, really good, really scary. Mac Jones is a stud. I mean, he looks like a legitimate Heisman Trophy contender on that team. I don't know if you plugged him in with Vandy, if he's going to take them to the top of the SEC, but with this team,
having an all NFL, future NFL line, it's helpful.
It's quite helpful.
And wide receivers.
and having
Yes.
exactly, and plus Najee Harris, who's still there to toss the football, hand the football off to. Bama's very good,
So you were not impressed by SB4?
and I was not.
Okay.
Uh,
That's Stetson Bennett the fourth.
It's a terrible name.
Great name. I call him Stet.
You don't call him Stet.
Like, dude, check the stats on Stet.
I watched some of the Clemson game. They absolutely destroyed Georgia Tech.
Did you?
They certainly did. 73 to
Did you
7.
take Georgia Tech on that one?
No.
He's looking
no,
at
no,
KJ
no,
for
no,
I
no.
have no room
Not,
to talk.
I was
No,
going
I-
to say not in that game.
I
No,
think I did. I think that's
Oh,
one of the two
somebody
I
did.
missed.
Okay.
They
Actually,
destroyed Georgia Tech.
I was loud wrong about that. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence had 400 yards passing and 5 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, didn't they play like both backups, and then they played like a fourth guy who like took a couple quarterback snaps in high school or something, who was their punter. or
They
something
brought
like
you
that?
out there.
Was that Clemson who did that?
Yes.
Am I making it
Yeah,
up? Okay.
Clemson hung 52 in the first half.
We
And
did not
then-
pick the game, to be clear.
Okay.
And they still outscored Georgia Tech 21-0 in the second half, just
Yeah.
running out third and fourth stringers.
Has
think
Dabo
they're-
been proven right on everything he's ever said? Like I feel like his COVID takes are all like now
I
it's
would
like
say
his,
COVID would be the glaring weakness there.
well, like has his team had an outbreak or anything?
up
Not
to his team to
during the
report,
season. I thought
so-
they had some preseason.
I feel like they have some sort of like immunity they've developed, like a combination of just like I don't know, maybe some. I'm not going to get into it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
let's not do that. The big surprise this week was number 5, North Carolina, losing at Florida State in a game that seems inexplicable, as bad as Florida State's been all season. Florida State also did not score in the second half and still won.
I might say the big surprise was that Nick Saban was the coach on the sideline for Bama. But then again, was it really that surprising? Because we did our show Thursday. He had tested positive right before our show Thursday night. And
Tested
apparently
how many times leading up to the game?
3 different times leading up to the game. I guess it was first positive was Wednesday. And they
Including
said
day of.
3 24-hour day of tests. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And he was negative in all 3.
Most people, normal people, would have been like, man, even if that one positive test is like an anomaly, like it's not worth the risk. I'm infecting other people, because I like being a good human. But no, he's got to get down there and coach them up.
Why didn't he Hugh Freeze it and coach from the booth?
Yeah, it's not absolutely necessary that he stands on the sideline.
It's the worst example. He's an all-world coach, all-time Hall of Fame. Everything he's done with Alabama is impressive and quality. But his ability to manage and delegate in a respectable way bugged the absolute shit out of me. Dog cussing your coaches in public and stuff. If you can't communicate effectively when under pressure in that way, A, get Grammarly. B,
Nice.
fucking go take a Tai Chi course or something. But he could have done that whole course or that whole game from up in a booth. Joe Paterno's done it. We're not going to go down that alley. But there are options to be a head coach from not on the sideline, potentially causing further issues.
I mean, Hugh Freeze literally coached a game from a hospital bed. So
And won.
Also,
And won.
Hugh Freeze beat Syracuse.
big win for Liberty.
undefeated.
Liberty is not. Don't sleep on Liberty.
A lot of people are probably sleeping on Notre Dame after they put up 12 points against Louisville.
Number 4 team in the country, Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, against 1-4 Louisville.
3 now.
3?
Ohio State is 4.
Wait, did they pull that game out?
They won 12-7.
Okay.
That sounds exciting.
You can't be a top 5 team if you're only putting up 12 points.
Nope, can't do it. Got to score some touchdowns. And then, as you mentioned, the Aggies are out in full effect. I literally saw a piece in the Houston Chronicle today about how Aggie fans think they have playoff aspirations after beating Mississippi State 28-14.
Mississippi State, who put up 2 points the week prior. Let's just be clear.
And their defense kept them in the game the entire time. A&M was in control of the game, but they never pulled away.
It was like a 2-touchdown game for a long.
Yes.
It was there. You would expect a Mike. That's like a 10-point lead in basketball for a Mike Leach team. That can be clear. A normal team. I know he's getting acclimated.
He
but.
benched KJ Costello and put in a true freshman who finished out the game and actually is who got them on the score offensively because the only other touchdown they had was a defensive a fluky pick 6.
Very strange pick 6. Ball flew backwards 20 yards.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. So explain to me, Texas A&M is now 7th. They beat who? Florida?
Florida.
Who beat Ole Miss?
Correct.
But Ole Miss is great and it's quality.
Ole Miss is
And
trash.
that's what put Florida at number 4. And so A&M beating Florida is now 7.
KJ, let me just say this.
It's never going to stop.
SEC football, bro.
So
Okay?
Well,
Dude, you wouldn't understand.
half the
it
country
means more, I guess.
half the country also isn't playing yet. So
Yes.
these rankings are insane. Basically, there's
Yeah.
no reason we should pay any attention to them. 2 other SEC football notes while we're talking about South Carolina beats Auburn for the first time in 34 years or
That's
something.
all Auburn was
no,
great.
I think it was longer than that. I think it was something crazy.
Is South Carolina the 1933 one? There was one that
Yeah,
either
it was-
Wonder what that
Kentucky
roster
defeated
looked like.
Tennessee for the first time. Maybe it was
Probably
Kentucky defeated Tennessee at Tennessee for the first time in 34 years. But South Carolina beat Auburn for the first time since 1933, I think.
Yeah.
Which seems crazy. I guess South Carolina is one of the newer schools in the SEC, but
You'd think they would
still, both those games upsets. Tennessee, who we talked a lot about and how they were actually pretty good, stink.
Check Twitter.
Uh-oh. While you're checking Twitter, I will continue to rant about
Check
rankings
Twitter.
that don't matter.
So, Dave, oh my God,
We have breaking news.
from a minute ago,
Dude.
someone got,
Oh, my God.
and this appears to be totally legit. Someone got Dave's face tattooed on his arm.
No.
Not even Mustache Dave.
He can add that in later if he wants to.
Can we get this to Randy? I'm gonna need to see this.
Dude, I know this guy, or I know he's a frequent.
This guy interacts with us all the time. His name's Jordy.
Oh no, I thought this was going to be Aztec guys.
Jordy
Bet
Nelson?
payoff.
This is unbelievable.
This is going to take me a minute to make happen.
Okay, dude, I'm so.
Dave.
I thought dude, there was a number of things racing through my head the way you were reacting right there.
This is a big moment for you.
I can't live up to this.
Randy, I'm trying, man. I can't get this. My computer sucks.
Now that I
can't.
think of it,
What is the tweet?
my face is on
What's the
somebody's
ad?
thigh.
Wait.
Yeah. My face, along with 6 other guys, around this guy's face. And like spring break 2007 is on a gentleman's thigh. I will find that photo by
I got
next
Slack
week
going.
or
Hold
by
on.
Thursday.
I have many questions.
But,
I've got a lot. This is unbelievable. Things are moving very quickly here on
There's
this
a whole lot
podcast.
going on in the room.
All right, Randy, I'm sending you the
Last
link.
point I
the
wanted
link
to
right
make about
now.
the
I'm
rankings while
sorry
we're
I-
digging here.
Sorry, I
is,
interjected, but
Yeah, this is
Oklahoma
important.
State is ranked number 6. They've beaten Tulsa.
They haven't played in like 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Not all their fault, but
Not all their fault, but still. And then the last team that's just driving me mad. What I'm trying to get at is BYU's 5-0. Their quarterback looks legitimate. They should be ranked in the top 10. And right now they're 12th. I mean like top 7, top 5, somewhere up there until some of these other teams play. Penn State's at 8, Ohio State's at 5. We have that's all the vamping I can get you on rankings complaints.
that was pretty good vamping there.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. We had ourselves a little discussion. We alluded to it earlier,
Oh,
and I think we can just hop in right now.
yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. And I'm sorry that this upsets you. I thought you were going to punch me for a minute there.
this
morning.
discussion.
You're talking about Ellinger, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, this morning I said that Ellinger was better than Shane Buechele. Sam Ellinger, that is, the quarterback of the Texas Longhorns, talking about Shane Buechele, the quarterback of the SMU Mustangs. Of course, KJ's a big SMU guy, and he disagrees with me, which is fine. We can have a healthy discussion about it.
Don't big shame me, Micah.
There's a
just
history.
an SMU guy who's
There's
a big
history
fan.
of highly touted, highly recruited Texas quarterbacks leaving and going to SMU, and then having just all the success. Maybe not at SMU, but Super Bowl ring successful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert. He did okay at SMU, if I recall. He put some numbers
Yeah.
up.
Buechele's eclipsed him. He's got better athletes around him, though. I think he's got way better.
Yeah, look, SMU
skill
is a good
players.
football team. Don't get me wrong. I just, Sam Ellinger's a better quarterback.
We were arguing who the best
And look-
quarterback in Texas was.
Look,
As a what? College quarterback?
I know that, like, I'm a Texas fan. And it's like, oh, he's just going to
Yeah.
do it. But I hope people have figured out by now that I'm a very honest Texas fan.
Okay.
When Texas sucks, I say Texas sucks. If they have a shitty quarterback, I say that their quarterback is shitty. Sam Ellinger is a really good college quarterback. I don't think he's going to have a strong NFL career. He's going to get a look in the NFL. He's not going to have a big time career. He doesn't have a big time arm. But his arm is light years better than Shane Buechele's arm.
That's just strange because Texas has had like a top 15, top 10 recruiting class for the last 5, 10 years consecutively, maybe top 20 some of those years when they've fallen off. So you would think they've had, better weapons around them. I'm just going to go, if we're just going off passing yards, which is a terrible stat to judge quarterbacks by, Shane Buechele, number 2. Number 1 is not Sam Ellinger. Let's see. Total offense, SMU, number 3. Texas, not in the top 10. Like, I would say that you're dealing with two different offenses, but Tom Herman
Texas
is a
State.
noted offensive quarterback.
North Texas. SFA, who's that?
Quality Texas
Memphis.
human being players. human
Tulane.
beings.
These are the schools that SMU has played thus far this season.
Okay.
All right?
Hold on, Dylan. Put it away. Dude, Dylan.
The chainsaw's coming out.
We're playing with players, an offensive line, and a running back, and our tools are the same
Against
as
Texas
those teams
State,
that we play.
though. Against Texas State.
He didn't even
And
have a good
against
game
North
that
Texas.
game. Okay, he ran up the score there. He had like 500 yards that game.
Look, Shane Buechele is a good college quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He is, and he's doing a great job for SMU.
I will say at the end of the year, when their stats are combined, the last 2 years, Shane Buechele will have probably eclipsed Sam Ellinger's stats by 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns.
Let's not forget.
And will probably have 10 fewer interceptions.
Let's not forget that Ellinger is a dual threat quarterback. He runs the ball.
Only need one threat.
What if that one threat's really good?
Whoa.
Hey, we'll see you in the Gallery Furniture Bowl this year, probably. We'll see. We'll see. about
Oh,
it.
come on.
Or
Well,
the
Texas
What
stinks.
are they
man.
ranked?
I'm not gonna, Texas stinks. Ellinger is not going to be like a legit NFL prospect, but he is a really good college quarterback.
I would
He's a
tend to
tough
agree.
competitor. He's a tough guy.
Give me Ellinger's
Desire to play for
desire
Texas.
to win and just like how intense he is in Shane Buechele's body, or like you
Shane
combine the
Buechele's body?
two. No. Let me put this differently.
Shane Buechele's
his skill at throwing the football. I think he's a better passer of the ball. I think the numbers prove that. They back that up, as KJ notes.
I may be an additional level of bias, being that Shane Buechele also went to the same high school I did. So there's like levels of
Buechele.
like,
And Dave
my
li-
opinion is not going to
And
be.
Dave likes him because old man
Untouched
played for the
here.
Rangers.
One of the
Steve.
all-time greats,
Steve.
Shout
third
out to
baseman.
Steve.
One of the true all-time greats at the old Arlington Stadium. Let me say this.
I got no
We're
hate
going to
for
do Mullen,
Buechele.
or we can do this picture first, because I'm eager to see this picture.
Let's also
If
let's
Randy's
also
ready, we can rock
let me
it.
also point out that Shane Buechele had the starting position at Texas. He had the head start on him, the same program, and his job was taken by Sam Ellinger.
How well has this decision worked out for Texas?
I'm just saying, he took his J,
He got hurt.
No one's
He
calling
took his
it a
J.
No one is calling it that.
and
I'm pretty
it
sure he had a
forced
concussion,
Buechele to
right?
transfer. A good move transferring, but he was forced to transfer.
It's because Tom Herman knew he could just run him into the ground.
Did Texas win that game
Yeah,
against
that's
Notre
why.
Dame? That was the last like Shane Buechele big win, right?
Yeah, that was when like Notre
Like
Dame,
week two?
another inexplicable,
Oh.
highly ranked Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's when
team.
Texas jumped from like
And
unranked to
everybody
top
thought
10.
Texas
oh,
is
it's out.
back.
Yeah.
Texas is back,
And
and
like,
they
what?
lost to like.
That's where the whole Texas is back shit
Yeah,
started.
Gus,
Yeah.
Gus Johnson at the end of the game just goes, Texas is back.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He does
Coming to a
not
board
miss.
soon. A board near you soon. A lot more Gus Johnson needs to be in our lives.
Do we have the photo, Randy? Oh my!
Oh, whoa.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Oh, that's Dave.
That's Dave. That's a real tattoo. And you can tell because he has other real tattoos right next to it.
It looks like he might be in the parlor,
Yeah.
right?
He is.
I've never
It's
been
fresh
in a
ink.
tattoo parlor. Fun fact about me.
I have been.
Yeah,
That's great work.
Yeah, they did a great job with it.
Shout out to
I don't know
Ricky.
how to respond, Jordy.
Look, if you read the caption of his tweet yet,
No.
it's touching. I'll say that. It's
Share.
touching.
Please share.
Okay.
Oh man, what a very nice.
They
thing.
say you've made it when someone gets you tattooed on them. Thanks for all you guys have done for my mental health. Been there through some shit times to get me laughing. Love you boys. And then he adds the three of us plus circling back pod.
Wow.
Very touching. Jordy,
Wow.
they look at you did, man.
His bio says recovering douchebag, which is it is real close.
You
to
should
home.
mention his at to
Self-deprecation.
get his followers
At
up.
Volchbro.
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 This will only enhance his followers.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
that's very nice.
legitimately jealous that your face is on there and mine's not. But
Your face has been on a few.
I don't get it.
Um,
Well, Dave's everyone's favorite. We get it.
what?
No, nothing.
On a few backers, is that what you're going to
No,
say?
that's not what I say. A lot of people would be jealous of we're.
This is an honor, David.
This is impressive.
It's very
I'm
nice.
I'm major gel.
It's very nice. It's a good photo of me, I guess. I look kind of miserable, but it's fitting.
I think you owe it to this guy that the next meetup that's within a state's range of this gentleman, you got to get a photo with this guy's tattoo. That has to be a goal.
Yeah, that's. I would like that. I still am just caught completely off guard. I don't think I'm worthy of such a tribute, but I will wear it as a symbol of the Wash Media empire.
I'll contribute to the GoFundMe to get this guy to the next meetup, flight and board.
Yeah,
make that
we
picture
could probably
happen.
make that happen.
That's huge.
Never mind.
What?
I was just gonna think out loud, but never mind.
Okay.
Wow.
You want to talk about Dan Mullen's wife?
Sure.
So last week, Dan Mullen gets beat by Texas A&M. I've already complained about this.
The Kellen Mond game is someone referring to.
And the house that Mon built. Post game, because Texas A&M had about 30,000 fans in the stadium, and they were loud, and student section was quite close.
They didn't get kicked out, did they?
Definitely not. Dan Mullen, in his post game interview, basically said, "You know what? We've got LSU next week," referring to this past weekend. "I really hope we can just fill up the swamp. I want 90,000 in there. The governor just said no restrictions on capacity in stadiums.
Makes a lot of
Let's make it
sense.
happen. The athletic director immediately said that's not happening. The following week or following days, Dan Mullen gets popped with a positive COVID test. In addition to several of his players, game gets postponed. So, a little bit of karma there. Ha, ha, ha. In the comments and the ats in response to that story going out, people reminded me and the rest of us that Dan Mullen's wife has a pretty unique tradition when the players get off the bus. And I had to see it to believe it.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. Is she just bringing him in for like the up close and personal like?
She
He's
looks
not
like
actually
she's
kissing
doing she's doing a nose to nose thing, which used to have a name, but I don't think he can say it anymore.
She's clearly kissing her husband in the first image up there, but the rest of them, there's no like lip to lip action. It's just she's just bringing it in.
She's
for the real
still too
thing.
close. She's in the zone.
She's invading personal space.
I don't
for
want
sure.
anybody that close to me.
Like the dude on the top right's kind of like doing the head.
Eskimo kiss?
Yeah, he's
No,
doing
that's what I was
the he's
saying.
doing
I
the
don't think
like.
you can say that anymore.
Oh, I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay. We
Indigenous
forgive you.
Northwestern
He looks
kiss?
uncomfortable, is what I'm saying.
That's pretty good. He's got his beats on.
There's a couple underrated parts of this photo
Damn.
to be the guy that's going to screenshot and zoom in on photos in the group text. Dan Mullen's hunch when kissing his wife is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm
Shoulder
not-
grabs
that's very-
uncomfortable.
Very odd.
But also the police officer in the bottom left photo is quite vascular.
Let's see this.
He is carrying a piece with his guns.
Wait, where?
To left of your hand, Micah. Keep going. Left of your hand. That's also the right.
Oh, damn.
there you go.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Get that
there's a-
fucking shoulder arm combo.
He's huge too. He looks like Shaq when Shaq dresses up like a cop.
But her bringing him in
Big
for a
dude.
caress, yikes.
Can I just say something completely off topic? I'm so bummed that I was never a college athlete, mainly because I would love to have a photo of me getting off of a bus in sweats with beats on my head, like in a way that like nobody's really wearing them, like they're just kind of tilted off to the back, and like that's all I want.
This is how I wear my headphones on the live stream. Actually,
It really is.
I
So we think Dan Mullen's wife is patient zero.
Hey, there's a good chance here, and I will for sure. I've never thought about this search, but Coach's wife is an interesting Boolean search to throw in some places. So I'll have to look into this later.
That bottom left pit looks like a scene from
okay.
like the Notebook or something. Look at that. She's like,
It's
I mean?
sensual.
very tender.
yeah.
Like it makes me feel like I'm not kissing my wife as closely as she's like embracing these people.
Right.
Dude, she's just gassing up the lads.
I need to Photoshop these into like the first dance of weddings.
Dude, dude, if you're not rubbing noses with your buddy's wife, like what are you doing? Like what's the point of this?
Oh, she's got the juice. I love it.
Man. Okay. All right. We wish them well.
Go off, Queen.
Do we know if Baylor's playing this week? They're still I don't know.
I think Texas plays. Wait.
Is that this weekend?
They've had so many games postponed between them and Oklahoma State. I cannot keep
I want to
up.
say Texas plays Baylor, but I could be making that up.
It's either this week or next.
That's some college football for you.
Halloween. We
Baylor is actually.
we got Tech OU Halloween.
Ooh, spooky.
In Lubbock at night?
Is it in Lubbock?
I don't know. I'm hoping
really
so.
hope it is.
The big scheduling note next week is the return of the Big Ten.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, that'll give us some more content.
You have Baylor,
Baylor
Texas.
is at Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
in
2:30
Austin.
on Saturday.
Yep. And
Bringing
then
the COVID down I-35.
Let's go.
you have
It's a COVID
TCU
rivalry.
at Baylor for Halloween.
Ooh. Well, Baylor's offense is really bad, so cool. Shouldn't end well.
Built different.
Major League Baseball. Guys, we know who's going to be in the World Series. I don't know if you've seen this. The
Yes.
Dodgers and the Rays, formerly the Devil Rays.
Meaning either the cities of Tampa Bay or Los Angeles will have two world champions in a month's time?
Yeah, man. Wow, this is tough. I didn't even think about the LA angle.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I mentioned on Twitter, I've muted most of Tampa Bay, anyone who follows me. But I don't hate that they won that. I think most people outside of Houston were rooting against the Astros.
Yeah.
Anytime a city that
No offense,
doesn't
Micah.
traditionally have like a
None
rich
taken.
history of titles, whenever they win one, I'm like, okay, Good for them. But if Boston wins, I'm like, fuck those fucking assholes.
The Dodgers haven't won a World Series since like '88, and because they have Kershaw, I am pulling for them.
But they have the Lakers who have
They do,
a rich
but
history.
but it's such a weird fandom town where
It
it's
is.
like a lot of their fans don't even live there.
Yeah.
A lot of their fans are just LeBron fans, which I get. Yeah, the Astros won 3 in a row and forced a Game 7, and I did not have any faith in the Rays.
I don't
thought
think
it was
anybody did.
Other than like the guy they were throwing, Morton is like pretty sick. Like I thought for sure that like the Astros they were that team. If you believe in momentum, like they had it.
Can I? Oh, go ahead, Dylan.
Nope, Mike could go.
I'm about to go off topic. So why don't you finish your thought?
I thought you were going to give us some Astros insight as the lone fan on the pod.
I will say
Sorry to interrupt.
on this series,
It's good, though.
As month-long Randy Rosarina fans, like diehard month-long fans, ground floor, some might say. I'm excited to see what he does. However, I don't know that I've personally appreciated how exciting it is to watch Bellinger and Mookie Betts. Like, as a team, the Dodgers are just very exciting to watch. They're a fun team. Even though they're a big market team, like they don't have any of that baggage that like, oh, LeBron's won too much, or oh, AD is just, unlikable in any kind of way. Definitely not Dwight Howard. Like, it's hard for me to look at the Dodgers and be like, damn, they are fun if I was a fan of that team.
With Mookie and Bellinger, two guys you mentioned, that's the all-swag team. Those guys that have so much swag. Mookie Betts had a series in the outfield. Holy shit. And Bellinger with that, I guess it was the bottom of the seventh when he hit that go-ahead home run. Just a no-doubter.
How do
Just
you feel
pins
if
it.
you're a Red Sox fan
What?
and they just gave up on Mookie Betts for some reason? Like, how – that's got to make – and you just watch him ball out. It's crazy.
He's very, very good.
He's very good.
On the biggest stage possible.
It's not like you're a Tampa fan and you know your team and your market can't afford this guy. Like, pay the dude his money. Tampa, by the way, has the 28th highest payroll in baseball. They beat the team with the Yankees, which has the highest payroll, and the Astros with the third highest, and the Dodgers have the second highest. So if they were to run the table, that'd be pretty impressive.
That's an impressive run.
Micah, have you been taking in some Houston sports talk radio? What's the general feel like?
I have
hey,
not.
We're proud of the guys for battling back, or is it like, what are we going to do about Springer? We got Correa coming up in 2021.
It seems like this is the end of this run. The team is going to change pretty dramatically.
Oh, no.
So we'll see. It's been a good run for
Look, on a
Astros
personal
fans.
note,
Crap.
I'm sorry to say this. I was very happy to see the Astros lost.
You don't have to be sorry to say it.
Dude, it's amazing what
It's just
Not
kind of a
even-
bummer. The team was so likable 3 years ago. Like, they played with emotion. They
Who
were
was?
fun. The Astros.
F them.
And now it's all
Out there trying to
now
fight with
they
AJ,
deserve
whatever,
to be
Hinch.
hated.
And
F
they
them.
absolutely did not deserve to win this series.
Well, and they didn't.
And
trash can scandal, not even factoring that into this, but like looking at their team, like they do have likable guys. Springer's objectively a good guy. Altuve
was super likable.
was super likable.
before
He's
last
a tiny
year.
man.
He's a
tiny man.
tiny man who just hit the shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
Now he can't hit very well.
Correa was
Weird.
always and Correa and Bregman. Bregman's the one who once DM'd a guy I actually have kind of know. He's a T-State guy. He tweeted something about Bregman, like about they should trade Bregman for pitching. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. He DM'd him and was like talking shit to him in his DMs. And then Bregman deleted his Twitter. But like, yeah, I was like, dude,
Pettiness.
yeah, that's so petty.
I think what pisses me off the most about the cheating thing is that they were directly affecting people's livelihoods. Like you were
Just getting shelled.
you were
and getting
making
sent down.
yourself more valuable, and you were making the pitchers who you were shelling less valuable on the open market.
As someone
and
who's
that
been
pisses-
shelled, it's not fun.
That pisses me off. Big
Gonna
time.
get an Oak Cliff Bible.
OCBF just absolutely ruined my career. I don't know if I pitched
You know what I'm
another
saying?
game.
That
Yes.
pisses me off.
One of those people being former Ranger great, I would say. Name is escaping. Yu Darvish.
Yes.
Yeah.
You that
Who was apparently tipping
Poor
his
bastard.
pitches, but how truthful is that? I asked Randy to get this up on the fly because I am absolutely distraught over how much of a smoke show Tyler Glasnow is. I'm sorry to cut in with this.
that's a hot dude.
God, look at his
But,
hands. They're huge.
This dude is
hands.
6'8".
Great lettuce.
He's one of the pitchers for the Tampa Bay. And if you have no interest in this series at all, or dislike baseball, or don't give a shit, I will say this might be the most attractive matchup.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Bellinger, good-looking dude.
Bellinger's a stud.
Mookie Betts, good-looking dude. Follically
got-
challenged, but good-looking guy.
Got one of the prettiest swings in baseball, too. He does.
That too.
Do you think anybody was watching that game last night and called that Bellinger home run on Twitch?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
We were twitching. I was playing with playing some Warzone with Davey over here, and as well as
Randy.
T-Bone and J-Bone, the two Bones.
The Bone Brothers.
Did not know we were going T-Bone, but okay.
We had the game on, and Dave was on like a 30-second delay, I want to say. He was like 2 pitches
YouTube
behind.
TV.
Gotcha.
He was 2 pitches behind, and Bellinger was up, and we were talking about.
I put in the call.
We were talking about the at bat, and Dave, he said he didn't directly say, but he implied that Bellinger would be going deep in this at bat.
Do you remember the old the Ranger bit, the Tom Grieve, and it was Josh Loon? Like, all right, I'm putting in the call here, and it was they were predicting home run. It was kind of a bad bit because it only hit like 1 out of every 20 times, but I was like, I'm putting in the call here for Bellinger.
He said it directly as it happened on the TV I was
Live.
watching, and I was live, and he was behind a little bit, so he called it before it happened in his house, but in my house, right as it happened, he called it. It was pretty wild.
I had a buddy in our group text who called the 6th inning as when it was going to get interesting for the Astros Game 7, and it was probably the 2nd inning. And he called there. He's like, I think things will pick up around the 6th, and that's when the Astros made their push. Obviously, they didn't come back and win. But baseball, that's the way baseball go.
Man, I'm sad for Wash.
We don't get Wash in Arlington for the World Series. That is the bummer about the Braves losing out. Ron Washington,
Bring him back.
Former Rangers manager, is the 3rd base coach.
Yeah.
For Los Braves, and it would have been great to have him back in town. Quick story on him. Very likable coach or manager. Was the manager during 2010 and 2011, their runs at the World Series. Left town pretty hastily. Rumors around. I mean, he had already gotten busted for doing cocaine while being the manager. While
Correct.
Josh
Survived
Hamilton
that
was
and
on
brought him to the World Series.
Yeah, survived that. What got him out of town?
We don't know. We don't need to speculate.
I won't speculate. It may be some extra
There's been
maritable
speculation,
stuff with beat reporters, or a beat reporter specifically. So
Hard to say.
reporting
Can
on a
I
beat.
can I share a tweet from the President of the United States that's related to baseball?
Oh, jeez.
Please.
Dr. Tony Fauci says we won't allow him to do television, yet I saw him last night on 60 Minutes, and he seems to get more airtime than anybody since the late, great Bob Hope. All I ask of Tony is that he makes better decisions. He said no mask and let China in. Also, bad arm, ! And then a follow-up tweet. P.S. Tony should stop wearing Washington Nationals mask for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is not up to the high standards that he should be exposing. Exposing is actually what he wrote here. Number 2, it keeps reminding me that Tony threw out perhaps the worst first pitch in the history of baseball!
Wait, he really tweeted that?
This from 44 minutes ago, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
The president hasn't tweeted anything about the actual World Series.
He's on
but
fire.
Tony Fauci's first pitch from 2 months ago is getting roasted today.
I bet he thought that was in the past. No one's going to bring out that first pitch again.
Jeez.
Oh, man. That's funny. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to share some things right now. I've been thinking about making some personal changes lately. Wanted to start by improving my self-care routine, KJ.
Oh.
The problem was I had no idea where to start, and then we found Hawthorne. Hawthorne's been on this pod before. They've been a sponsor in the wash media world for a while, and they're great. It's a premium tailored personal care brand that's making it easy for guys to feel and smell their best. You start with a quiz.
Quiz
I
is
know what
tight.
you're thinking. What? This isn't high school. I don't need a quiz. No, this quiz is quick and it's important. They ask things like, I don't know, would you like this smell? Do you like that smell?
It's just stuff like, what's your preferred alcoholic drink? Is it wine? Is it whiskey? Is it beer?
Yeah.
It's like a 2-minute quiz, and it's a fun little thing.
It's all about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they tailor everything, the products, directly to your responses there,
Yes.
which is fantastic. If you want to upgrade your self-care routine, Hawthorne is a fun and convenient way to get super high-quality products tailored specifically for your needs. The packaging is great. We always compliment that. They even take the risk out of it by giving you free shipping on your order and returns. If you don't like your products, they'll even retailer them for you based on your feedback. How about that? Do what I did. Take Hawthorne's quiz today and get started on your personalized self-care routine by going to hawthorne.co. That's hawthorne.co. And please use promo code BANG. BANG! And get 10% off your first purchase. Again, hawthorne.co. Promo code BANG, 10% off your first purchase. Check it out. Do you have the work on the play on today? What are you wearing? What's your scent?
Sometimes I wear play to work, Dave.
Okay. Because you have been kind of playing a lot today.
I play too much.
That's a personal favorite of mine. You smell great.
Thanks, Dave.
You look good, too. You've been using the facial stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Hawthorne.co / or promo code BANG, excuse me. You want to do some quick tips, including a quick-hitting combat sports minute?
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless you got some more college football.
No.
I got it.
Any
Just
more
so you know,
Trump tweets?
I got to book it in about 10 minutes to pick up the homie from school.
Brian Ortega outlasts the Korean Zombie, Will DeFreeze's favorite fighter. Your favorite fighter's favorite fighter at Fight Island. Brian Ortega had not fought in like almost 2 years since he got the shit kicked out of him by Max Holloway, which is that's not Max Holloway beats a lot of people up. He's a great fighter. But Brian Ortega's back, new skill set, looked like a completely different fighter, shaved his head, still a hot dude, and he just dominated this fight for 5 rounds.
Yes. Impressive. A very impressive 5-round complete performance against the Korean Zombie.
Yeah, he's back.
Who will not get knocked out, just to be clear. The Korean Zombie he will keep coming forward.
Yeah.
He looked out of it, but I think he lived up to his name.
He always does.
Well, you know, Will's the Caucasian zombie. We've dubbed
The
him that.
Caucasian Zombie? Is that what-
Caucasian, not
Oh,
the
okay.
Caucasian.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, I'm the Texas Caucasian zombie.
Lopez Lomachenko.
Teofimo Lopez has done the unthinkable. He has beat Lomachenko, or as I call him, Loma, to become the youngest undisputed lightweight champ at 23. It was a unification bout. I watched this fight. So Loma's one of those guys, much like Bud Crawford, that's known for starting slow because they like to be like, oh, he's just figuring out his opponent. He's downloading the information, then he's going to make the adjustments and get his timing. And it seemed like that was the case, but he literally gave away at least the first 4 rounds, just kind of not throwing punches, not moving forward or anything. And by the time he turned it on, like I think he thought that Lopez would fade, and Lomachenko did turn it on, but Lopez was game. He's a power puncher. It didn't look like he hurt Loma at all, but he definitely won the fight.
Yeah.
He absolutely won the fight, even though that there was one scorecard that had it like 119, 109 or something, and it was just inexplicable because it was definitely closer than that. 12th round might have been the deciding one for me because you had Loma winning pretty much 8 through 11, and I was thinking in my head, like, if he takes the 12th decisively, like, they're going to give it to him. But Lopez won the 12th round, and now he's the new name in boxing.
He's
Pretty
got
crazy.
Everything you need as a boxer. You know, quickness, toughness, resiliency, and a loudmouth dad. So
Yeah,
keep an eye out for Lopez.
absolutely. I don't know what's next for Lomachenko. He's a little older. He's
he might get a
31,
rematch.
32. I hope he gets a rematch. I'll watch it. But he's the Ukrainian guy that everybody – the cliches on him are he grew up doing a traditional Ukrainian dance, and that's why his footwork's so crazy. Who knows? Biggest news of the day, possibly, the great Doc Emmerich is retiring. Unexpected, to say the least. I hope everything's okay
Just
health-wise.
completed a great NHL run. He did phenomenally throughout the playoffs.
I found myself getting a little bit frustrated with him, mainly because, like, when you have a vested interest in, like,
Yeah,
your
he
team,
didn't care about Dallas.
it didn't seem like he knew much about any of the storylines with Dallas. Whatever. He's objectively good, and he's a guy whose voice, if you're a casual fan, like me, like I'll watch any Stars game, but I'm not watching a bunch of other games. But if Doc Emmerich's on the call on a non-Stars game, I will tune in for it. So that's interesting.
There's some breaking news.
Let's hear it.
The PGA Tour has officially announced the match
Okay.
the day after Thanksgiving. Phil will be partnered with Charles Barkley versus Steph Curry and Peyton Manning.
They should let me stand in for
How
Steph.
many strokes they given?
Format will be modified alternate shot play.
Dude, that's not fair.
Steph's actually decent.
Okay, so you have one pro.
One pro.
Okay.
Not in on it.
I hate these.
You've got to find something to fill the time. I liked whatever foursome thing was happening in Branson. I don't know what that was in comparison, but I've not enjoyed the match.
I can't wait not to tune into this.
Oh, probably won't. I don't know. Phil might be getting a little bit too much exposure, but whatever. I'm sure he'll hawk his coffee, and I'll buy it. I'll try any coffee, honestly. You got a Tua note here, Dylan, or Micah.
Oh, yeah. Tua played the last 2 minutes of the Dolphins game and got like a rousing ovation. The Miami fans were excited to see him, even though they kicked the shit out of – was it the Dolphins this week? Or
Jets.
the Jets, yeah. And that was my lock of the week, by the way. Big boy stacks. I was all over that one. What I thought was interesting, he completed 2 passes. He became the first left-handed QB to complete a pass since the 2015 season. Does anyone know who that quarterback is?
I have a guess.
Matt Leinart.
Kellen Moore.
Nope.
Kellen Moore is the correct
Really?
answer. Yes.
I was going to say Dez Bryant.
I figured Vic was the
Let's
obvious
go.
one. Oh, good point.
Didn't Dez have a left-handed touchdown?
It
Back-
does say
probably when a
left-handed quarterback, so it,
So it had to. Okay.
could have been a
Shit on
left-handed
Kellen
player.
Moore. I forgot about Kellen Moore being lefty.
Didn't I always forget his first name. Landry for the Browns. He's left-handed too, right? He just threw a touchdown pass.
Jarvis.
But
Yeah.
Jarvis.
again, not a quarterback though.
Yeah, right.
Good freaking thought.
Seems
I
pretty
didn't think of
wild.
that.
And then,
The boys.
Randy, if we could pull up this picture
We
of
did boys.
Tua then, after
Very
the game,
cool.
sat on the 15-yard line for like 10 minutes by himself. Apparently, he got his hip injured on the 15-yard line last year.
Oh no!
So
I
he
wish
just
you wouldn't
posted
have
up
told
there
me
in an
that part.
empty stadium. Were you going to just roast him?
No, I thought it was great. It was
It's
like
still great.
goosebumps.
This is cool.
But the whole 15-yard line thing, that bit makes it a little forced for me.
I'm going to get it tatted. What yard line would you get tatted?
I don't know, David. I don't know.
The plus 19.
I don't know. I think this is cool.
I agree.
Sports have a way of.
I got some issues with
real-
it. He should be in the
touch
locker
folks.
room
Sam
celebrating a
Ehlinger.
victory. Why isn't he in the locker room
I
with
do
his
want
teammates,
to. I do
bro?
want to ask that question.
Okay, but look
How does he just sit on the field for 10 minutes? Isn't the coach giving a speech?
No,
And-
what
Look
is
how,
he-
look how clear the field is. Like this, to me, this is well after like locker rooms. Everyone's in the locker room. Media's cleared out. All that shit.
Not long enough to let security guards go.
It is sort of a once-in-a-lifetime shot, though, to be at a totally empty stadium.
Yeah,
to
I
have
think
that.
it's-
I think it's cool. It's touching.
He's
But
the only player that stayed out for the eyes of Texas.
he did sit, though.
This is cool.
Okay. That was a nice note, Micah. You want to run it back? Are you ready to run it back?
I am.
Let's run it back.
Welcome to Run It Back, the segment in which we talk about what we already talked about. Hey, did you guys know that Cole Campbell is serving butt cheek Clappuccinos?
No, your girl does.
Your boy went 6-2 with the big boy stack last week. KJ is now known as Mocha Clappuccino since he brought it up the rear last week. Dylan hates a spike and likes getting off quick.
I don't hate it.
Do you like getting off quick, though?
Of course. Answer the question.
According to Dave, famed lumberjack Paul Runyon also played with Tom Brady.
That's stupid.
Kyler has probably come before. He's coming tonight to Cowboys Stadium. The bagels are better on the hilltop. Grammarly.com/bang gets you 20% off Grammarly Premium. It's perfect. It's the perfect writing tool for anyone who wants to stand out.
added
It's also
value.
perfect for Micah's Read of the Week
Okay.
newsletter.
Unbelievable.
He got it in twice.
Micah was not impressed by SB4 last week, as Dave's calling
Stetson. The Stetster.
it. The Stetzer. Nick Saban should get Grammarly or take a Tai Chi course or something to deal with his anger. Someone named Jordy got Dave's face tattooed on him.
Shout out to Jordy.
Dylan is a very honest Texas fan.
I think so.
KJ notes that you only need one threat. KJ also says we'll be able to see Sam Ellinger's dual threat in the GalleryFurniture.com Bowl this season.
Fair.
Dan Mullen's wife is very sensual. If you're not rubbing noses with your buddy's wife, what are you even doing?
It's fair.
Tyler Glasnow is a 6'8" smoke show dude in a very attractive World Series. Dave is now known as the Texas Caucasian Zombie.
Very confusing.
And Tua was the only player to stay on the field for the eyes of Texas.
That doesn't make any sense.
And that concludes Run It Back.
Doesn't make any sense. I was looking up photos of Dan Mullen's wife
And
just to see. Just a very pretty lady. That's all. Does he have a? Ooh, was that his daughter?
All right.
All right, sorry. I just wanted to see what was going down here because there's many photos of her just.
It
She
is
just
not.
can't leave these young lads alone.
It's not No H Shame November yet, so
I
we're
apologize.
still exposed here.
All right, Dylan's got to get out of here. He's got to go pick up Parks.
I didn't mean that like hurry up the pod. I mean I might have to dip
Oh no, we're
early.
done anyway.
Okay.
We're
okay.
good. You're good. All right.
We're approaching the finish
You got to
line.
go pick up Little Peck.
No Peck, man. Initial spell Peck.
No, it's lit.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Y'all good?
Fun
yeah.
episode.
Anything
Great.
else?
Nope.
Good to be back.
I will see you all Thursday night for the live stream, 6:30.
Let's go.
Thursday night.
YouTube.com/watchmedia. Bye.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.